Hey friends, it's Aki Dearest, and this is going to be a very more chilled out video that I'm going to be talking about a specific topic I've been wanting to cover for quite a while. As you guys can see from the title, it's called Anyone Can Cosplay. Now, what I'm going to say here first is pretty common sense, but it's going to be inspired by a lot of messages that I've been getting on my social media. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to get the video out now while I still can. Anyone can cosplay. Now, what I mean by that is I get messages from people saying, Aki, should I cosplay this? Aki, how do I make friends in the cosplay community? Aki, I don't know if I'm the right body type for this. Aki, I don't know if I'm the right ethnicity. Now, a lot of people in the cosplay community already that are familiar with this kind of topic, if you asked anyone else, I'm pretty sure they would tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you, which is do it. Just do it. Just cosplay whatever you want. It's really not that complicated, and it isn't. But I don't blame you that maybe you have been intimidated to join the cosplay community for a multitude of reasons. When I first started cosplaying, publicly anyway, I used to always do it in the house, but when I figured out what cosplay actually was and wanting to go out, I was like 13 or 14 years old, and I went to this, I guess we'll just call it a convention, but it was at like a high school, at another magnet school or whatever, and I went as Ash Ketchum, and it was made terribly. It was like a cut t-shirt, like some glued on felt for the buttons. I didn't even have buttons. But you know what? I didn't care. I didn't have any thought in my mind of what was the right cosplay and what was wrong cosplay. So I went there and it felt great. Like, I didn't have a doubt in my mind of whether or not this was the right thing to do. If something is fun, if something is like naturally fun and it's like a really great hobby for you, it will be as natural as breathing. You don't question yourself and think, is this fun? I don't know if this is fun. If it's fun, you'll know it's fun. So that was me. I was exhilarated when I first started cosplaying, and so I knew from that moment that it was exactly what I wanted to do. And then when I went to an official convention, like, it blew my mind. I actually met people that were into the same things I was. 9 times out of 10 when you go to a convention, most people are very welcoming in the cosplay community. Even if it doesn't look like that on the internet, please don't let the internet be like the window of what you think the cosplay community is, because see, the thing about the internet is people are very confident to say exactly what's on their mind, but when you're actually in the field of like being in a convention, 9 times out of 10 people will not just blatantly go up to you and say, hey, I think you're fat, take that cosplay off and get the hell out of my face. Because if you are that unlucky person, first off, you can probably smack them in the face or try and get me to be. Anyways, going back to what I was saying, most of the time people are very welcoming in person. So if you want to cosplay, go do it. If you are very picky with how accurate your cosplay is, from you know, the paint to what kind of material you use, to the body type you are, to the ethnicity you are, you know, because there's some people out there, some cosplayers out there that literally do want to cosplay characters that are their ethnicity because they want to reach that extra step of being that much accurate to the character. That's fine. You can be and strive to be as accurate to the character as you want. If you want to put your own body type and ethnicity as a trait, that's totally fine. I totally get it from that perspective. However, there's the other side where it's like, okay, I'm not this ethnicity, but I still love the character. That's also fine. You know what that's called? That's still called doing it for fun. And so again, everything I'm saying here is pretty common sense, and a lot of people in the cosplay community would probably say what I'm saying. But with the internet, it's for some reason a different ball game, because people are confident to say exactly what they think on the internet. So when you put your picture up of a cosplay, people will say, oh, you're too fat, or you know, oh, I don't like this material you used, it's stupid. It takes some thick skin to put yourself up on the internet, I'll tell you that. As long as your intentions are not to hurt anyone and you are just doing this as a hobby and you just want to have fun, I absolutely have no doubt in my mind that this, whether or not this should be the right thing for you to do. That's something for you to kind of address to yourself. Another thing I wanted to point out was that there was a moment back when I feel like cosplay had reached its peak in popularity quite a few years back. This was when the TV show had come up, people started becoming cosplay models. Cosplay was at this pinnacle of popularity where half the people didn't understand cosplay, and then the other half was intrigued by it and wanted to be part of it. And then there was this community of like, you know what I'm gonna call it, just the cosplay elitists that were so butthurt that it was becoming popular that they started becoming political of what they thought was cosplay and what wasn't, and it was stupid. And to be honest, coming from a cosplayer that had been doing it for 10 years, I had never been more ashamed of the community than that moment. I had never seen as much slut shaming, body shaming, ethnicity shaming than that moment. Now, nowadays, it's diminished by a lot, even though it still exists in some parts. It's really nothing that I bat an eye out, and I kind of just give them the middle finger and walk away and just keep doing my own thing. But yeah, so there was that moment, and I was so ashamed of what people were doing to one another, because I feel like the cosplay community, just like, you know, the otaku community, we're already niche enough as it is. So why are you trying to divide such a big but very small community in the long run? Why are you trying to divide this by trying to tell people what they should cosplay and what they shouldn't? Why does the existence of someone cosplay matter to your life? Like, in your entire, what, 80 or 90 or 100 years that you'll be on this earth, will the last thing on your mind of regret being, man, I really hated that person's cosplay, man, that was shit? Because if it really matters that much to your life, then you really need, like, to examine yourself as a person. And if you want to be competitive with accuracy, that's totally fine. If you want to try and make cosplay like a living, and you want to aspire to be a professional cosplay model, it does come with, you know, being very picky. That's okay. That's a healthy way to view cosplay and be picky and trying to look for accuracy, but not to go out of your way to put any of the other cosplayers down. And I don't even know why I'm making a video on this, because everything I'm saying is complete common sense. But there's a lot of people that are very intimidated to join the cosplay community because of people like that, and it sucks. So coming from a cosplayer, don't even look at it for like where I am on YouTube right now, because let's just scrap that. Coming from a fellow cosplayer of this community that is just like you, I can tell you right now that you should not give two shits about what people say, and you should just go do it. Cosplay is for everyone. It's a beautiful experience for every single person who is interested in wanting to dress up as their favorite character and to express their creativity as much as they want. And if you want to be political enough to try and break that apart, then fuck. But yeah, you guys get it. I know you guys are smart enough to probably think for yourselves on this. I believe in you. Mama Aki believes in you. I think you've got the brains somewhere in there. As hard as it may be for some of you that don't think you've got a brain, I know it's there. So I just wanted to touch upon that. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below of what you guys think of this. Please try to keep it as clean as possible. I am begging you guys, because what I'm doing here, I don't want to bring back war. What I'm trying to bring back here is the acceptance of everyone, and that's what I want to address here. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more anime and otaku related content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.